scrutinizing this 1966 Hemi Charger to determine if it is a real one of only 85 factory NASCAR program cars.
Look under the hood. Don't hold your judgment back, because I know you're just waiting to shoot holes in it. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't. Haven't seen it or heard of it. It is very, it draws the air from the cowl.
Right.
Which is a low pressure where the NASCAR cars do. Now, the way how the NASCAR cars actually had it, because of course NASCAR cars didn't need to have windshield wipers.
Tony's our guru on the NASCAR stuff. I got to say, he's sharp. He lives back there, so he grew up around this stuff.
They went, the air clean air assembly went straight back. It was a big opening right there.
Okay, because they didn't have wipers on NASCARs and stuff like that, right?
And they drew directly from the cowl. Where this is, I guess you could say, if you want to believe it, on a street version, it would make the most sense to grab it from here, so that way you still could have the wiper.
Yeah, functionally speaking, the theory is there. It may not be as, it's all the way out here waiting to get in, whereas if it was right in the middle, it'd probably be cooler. But I thought that definitely was inspired by the NASCAR type of mentality. The fuel line, I noticed, dumps out of the fuel pump and into this right-hand apron. Take a look at that.
That must have been somebody that must have been a pyromaniac. Because
it doesn't make much sense. It's in your hit corner, right?
Yeah, having a fuel line in the open wheelhouse area.
We'll raise it up in a minute and take a look, but yeah, it definitely goes out there, and I don't know if that's to avoid vapor locking. It must be, right? Why else would you go outside the apron instead of inside? Because the way Chrysler did it, they put it down on the bottom of the rail. It was perfectly fine. But these guys used a rubber hose, which is going to absorb the heat more so than the metal one, right?
A lot safer, if they're worried about vapor from the heat from the exhaust, would have been to run it along the top and then have it come back down again.
Here's one that I was going to ask you. Look real close at that breather cap.
I saw that when I was over there. That's, it's not a production street Hemi valve cover breather, but that
would have just been a chrome dome, right?
Black and 66, chrome 67. I know that because I make the valve cover breathers new. That's typical of what was used on a lot of the race Hemis, which of course a race Hemi NASCAR version was in the NASCAR cars. I've seen that valve cover breather commonly used on those applications. So that's following suit.
So it's an original NASCAR.
With the theme.
That's the bottom line. That right there is your smoking gun.
Well, I think that'll probably fit on a 6-cylinder Valiant. Would that make that a NASCAR car?
Well, no. See, this is where I recognize your sarcasm. Okay, you're just saying because you can do that, you can put it on another car. All right.
Correct.
It's great. That's great, Johnny Cochran. You're the man. Okay, but let me pose this one to you, Inspector Clouseau. Whoever put it on there didn't just randomly get it at the local Pep Boys, right? He knew it belonged on there.
Right.
How many guys would have known what NASCAR would have put on their cars? Did Buddy Baker put that on there?
It was very easy to see what was on the cars back then.
Okay.
They weren't looking for a 50-year-old vehicle to reference. They were looking at brand new vehicles to reference, even if it was a brand new NASCAR race car.
With the Mr. Norms decal, didn't he keep track of those? So maybe there's paperwork to support something here too.
If it was possible, sure.
All right, can we raise it up on the rack? I'd like to take a look real quick, make sure the torque boxes are in place, and just see if there's anything else that supports my idea that this is a one of 85 NASCAR program cars.
Okay, let's check.